latest quote, and we know he doesn't love the game. He hates the media. And when he was asked this weekend for an injury update, he said, quote, "No habla inglés today." Then put on a hoodie and left the clubhouse. This from Sam Blum, who does a great job covering the Angels for The Athletic. Your thoughts on this situation on many fronts, not just how Anthony deals with the media, because we know he doesn't like doing interviews. It's just not his thing on any front, and he's not going to speak to them much, even if he was healthy and playing well. But should he be playing right now? Like, we don't even really have a lot of a clear picture on the injury besides sounding like it was a bruise from months back. I'm not going to comment specifically because we don't get any information on him, but AJ's our injury specialist. He's gotten a lot of bruises before. I don't know. To me, it seems like it's a great way to just not play ball, and he's not going to defend himself because he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I was standing close by to when Anthony said what he did yesterday, and he wasn't screaming out obscenities. He wasn't getting anybody's face. He was kind of smiling as he said it. But as you pointed out, the fans really don't know what's going on because he hasn't chosen to give anybody much of an update about what's going on. And certainly you could argue at this point in the season with where the Angels are, is there really any need for him to come back? Wouldn't you rather have him come back strong for next season? But I was looking up last night. The problem for the Angels has been not that Artie Moreno won't spend the money, but that two of the three highest paid guys on the team, Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon, have played 100 games together combined over the past 3 years.
Bill, I mean, have you seen? Let's not talk about this one occasion from Anthony Rendon. I mean, there's been multiple. I mean, Sam Blum has kind of chronicled these in his Twitters, which is funny. He's like, "This is July 23rd. Anthony Rendon declined to speak to the media. He said he did say sorry. He was walking with a limp. He expected to miss a few more weeks." Then August 6th, he was in the clubhouse today when reporters were there for the first time. He did say he's on the dead list, so he doesn't have to do interviews, so no update. Then August 8th, Anthony Rendon said yesterday in the clubhouse he'd come back to give us an update on his health. He did not return to do so. He did not yesterday. He did not today either. There's always tomorrow, right? Then we go to, when is this? June 29th. Ask Anthony Rendon how his wrist was. I have two, he said, holding him up as he walked out of the clubhouse, right? Then we go to July 19th. When asked how Anthony Rendon was feeling today, he said, "I'm not here," and he walked out. Like, this is a problem for me. I mean, even got Alana Rizzo, who works for MLB Network, saying, like, this is a problem and not the way. Like, all we're asking for here, and I don't know Anthony Rendon from anybody, right? But just say something. I mean, you just give us some update because the team's not going to do it. But just say, "Hey, guys, my shin still hurts. I'm working on it every day. Mm-hmm. Hopefully I'm back by the end of the year." And people will be like, "Cool.
See ya." Yeah, because
cool, dude. We'll talk to you when we talk to you.
You rep the organization, right? You are making your organization look like a fucking joke when you don't say anything like this. It seems like you're going, I can do whatever I want. I'm not playing right now, and they have no control of me, and they spent a ton of money on me. It's embarrassing to the Angels franchise, right?
And let's not forget the altercation with the fan already this year, which kind of went away really quickly.
He's a chill dude. I've been around him for years.
I mean, I don't know him, so I'm just going off what
he's very laid back. He hates doing this stuff. But at the same time, Bill, if he's not going to be on the field, he has a responsibility. He doesn't have to hold a 30-minute press conference. I mean, you tell me. If he did what AJ said, right, and just said, "Hey, guys, listen, it's been really a problem. I feel like shit. It sucks," and does that every few weeks or whatever and gives people an update, I think they leave him alone. He's making this more of a story, isn't he?
What I'm really curious about, and I want to ask AJ this, is when he makes these kind of comments in the clubhouse, there's plenty of other players around. They see it, they hear it. I wonder, nobody really cares about the media, unfortunately, but it's true. But players care about each other. So in the clubhouse, AJ, I wonder, do players just laugh that off, or do they go, "Dude, we don't want to answer for you. Can you just go ahead and answer 30 seconds of questions?"
Honestly, it depends on who the player is. And it depends on what kind of reputation they have. Now, I don't know because, again, you see the Angels way more than I do. But I guarantee you there's at least a couple guys in there like, "Dude, what is wrong with this guy?" Like, just give him something. Because there's going to be somebody that – maybe it's Phil Nevin. I don't know. I love Nevin. I've known Nevin forever, right? But I think that Phil Nevin at some point – and I don't know how well – I'm sure he has a good relationship with Rendon. He's like, "Hey, dude, like, I'm sick of answering these questions. Just say something." Because I can't give him the full answers without you saying something. And then there's other players who are like, that's so funny. You're making those guys look like assholes. But at the same time, there's other players that are like, dude, like this is not cool. And I guarantee you, there's at least one player, and I don't know who it is, that's like, man, we want this guy to come back and play because he's being paid a lot of money to play baseball. And with nobody, the players, again, more, Bill, and the players in the clubhouse know more. But there's always people that question other players' toughness. And I'm not doing that with Anthony Rendon. I'm just saying there's always players that will always question other players when maybe they don't know what's going on. But if they're like, oh, he's got a bad shin, they're like, you can't play with a shin, right? Or there's times where guys would say like, oh, my back hurts. And other players are like, dude, you can play. Like, I've played through this before. It's just a weird dynamic because we don't, and again, but it's only because we don't know what's going on as media members now, right? We're looking at it going, how can this dude not play? He bruised his shin 2 months ago. But we don't know. Like maybe there's a broken bone. We just don't know. So I think it's a mystery thing. And when you don't say anything at all, it makes it worse.
Yeah. And when Phil Nevin addresses it, which he's willing to do, he doesn't have much more of an update because maybe nothing's changed. He's hurt. He's still hurt, still trying to rehab. It's still the same diagnosis. It's just going a lot slower than anybody would like. But as you mentioned, the only guy who can really shed more info on how that's going from how is it going for me is the guy with the injury, which is Rendon.
Yeah, well, you think.
But this is just more of a black eye on the Angels, though, for me. Because, okay, Shohei doesn't talk. Fine, he doesn't want to talk. Now Rendon doesn't talk. Right? And then Trout for years was notorious for not really doing a lot of media stuff.
When that happens, what you do is you then put the narrative in the hands of others when you don't control it yourself. That's what people don't understand sometimes, and some just don't give a shit. I guarantee you, I promise you, Anthony does not
that's fine.
care.
That's his personality.
He does not care about the Angels on that front. So, hey, Bill, this was great. Really good open discussion.